Hello viewers. Welcome and stay tuned at al-Ahli for the most important news happening in this world. Here's the news from Gaza War. The Flood of Gaza War video is proving both illuminating and troubling. Wounded Palestinians sit in Al-Shifa hospital in Gaza City, central Gaza Strip, after arriving from Al-Ahli hospital following an explosion there, October 17, 2023. The Hamas-run Health Ministry says an Israeli airstrike caused the explosion that killed hundreds at Al-Ahli, but the Israeli military says it was a misfired Palestinian rocket. At news organizations, sifting through material found online to determine what is real, and to unearth the sometimes unexpected clues that can be used to tie stories together, are increasingly important jobs. The build-up of this capability was seen most prominently when global news outlets did in-depth analyses of video evidence to try and determine the disputed cause of a deadly October 17 explosion at Al-Ahli hospital. Meanwhile, demonstrators march in opposition to the APEC summit Sunday, November 12, 2023 in San Francisco. Activists protesting corporate profits, environmental abuses, poor working conditions and the Israel-Hamas war marched in downtown San Francisco on Sunday, united in their opposition to a global trade summit that will draw President Joe Biden and leaders from nearly 24 countries. Protests are expected throughout this week's Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Leaders Conference, which could draw more than 20,000 attendees, including hundreds of international journalists. The No to APEC coalition, made up of more than 100 grassroots groups, says trade deals struck at summits such as APEC exploit workers and their families. It's unlikely world leaders will even glimpse the protests given the strict security zones accessible only to attendees at the Moscone Center Conference Hall and other summit sites. But Suzanne Ali, an organizer for the Palestinian Youth Movement, says the U.S. government needs to be held to account for supplying weapons to Israel in its war against Hamas. And that's the end of the news. Stay tuned for the next news spotlight at al-Ahli. Hello viewers. Welcome.